Familiar face, welcome back inside the UMAC, Union Multipurpose Activity Center. I'm Rick Corey along with my broadcast partner, Nick Irwin. We've actually gone home and changed, but we didn't really want to after last night, Nick. And tonight, a brand new challenge for both Union girls and boys right here on the Union Sports Network. Good evening and welcome again as we have boys and girls basketball against Ponca City tonight. And after the wins against Douglas and Owasso last night, Nick, the question is really obvious. This is kind of a classic trap game for both the boys and girls. Now, these Ponca City teams don't have fantastic records, but that doesn't really matter. It depends on how Union plays tonight.
Yeah, on a Friday night after a heater of a night last night, you still want to at least play to the standards as your coaches want you to. We want to play well in those first couple quarters so that we can get some subs in and trying to get some rest in, because that's a lot of conditioning for some of these teams so far. So for tonight, we want to make sure that we can kind of come out of the gates hot. We want to stay with that intensity that we did yesterday, which I felt like we played up to that Oklahoma City Douglas team, and now bringing in a more lower-ranked team with Ponca City. We want to make sure that we don't drop down to those standards of those visiting teams. But it's a Friday night. It's rainy. It's gloomy. We might be a little sore from the past two games this week. So for our girls tonight, even with this 6:30 tip-off, we still need to make sure we know the game plan and at least enact it.
Now, tonight we've got a situation where you had some players like Isabella McSwain last night who had to be the hot tub player because she worked her tail off. She was everywhere. I texted Coach Barry after the game and asked if she jumped into the ice bath or something along those lines. For those young ladies, and they are young, they still have to bring the energy, and it is key that your leader is a leader tonight.
And with Isabella McSwain from yesterday, I felt like from the defensive side to her assists to her shooting, especially a little bit of a buzzer beater half-court shot for us to win the game by 1, that was the difference. That shot pushing the pace with 3 to 4 seconds left, and she still was able to know how much time was left. That's a key leader right there, and from that's going to be important for this.
And if we've seen this team grow and get deeper and deeper as the season's gone along. Now, in really big key moments, your 5, 6, 7 are going to be out there, but we've seen so many young ladies come along and play well. We've already mentioned in the past Jemiah Woodard. We've mentioned Yana Edwards, who's been very good. We've seen a lot of moments from Daniels, that's Demaria Daniels, and Jasmine Herron. Now, when McSwain comes out, you would think, all right, there's a noticeable difference in the Union offense. Well, there is. However, both those young ladies have done a really good job of running the offense. More importantly, they have kept up her defensive intensity.
Yeah, we say it looks a little bit different when McSwain comes out, but it doesn't seem like a bad thing. It's something that's a really positive thing, that we're able to find maybe a different look, different positive passes. And so for McSwain, when she takes a seat on the bench for a little bit of rest, she still has that it factor even from sitting down.
All right, so you've coached before in various sports. Anytime you win a very big contest and have a quick turnaround against a team that on paper everybody tells you all day, oh, you're just going to beat them, you're going to beat them. What do you say to your team to keep them in the right frame of mind?
And I think with Coach Barry, he has a very high expectation for these girls of making sure that in the intensity, because we saw sometimes how fast Douglas was able to at least use their tempo. We were still up by 10 points, and he's still really frustrated that we're giving up those easy layups and stuff like that. So for tonight, Coach Barry has set that expectation so high, he just has to remind his girls and say, okay, this is what the game plan is. We're going to work with Esme. We're going to work with Woodard. We're going to be able to use our drive and dish kind of practice that we've been doing for the past week. That's what we're going to be able to be successful, because it seems like if we lose track of that, that's where we slowly fall off.
Some of the better coaches will just always tell players, you're as good as your last game and your last play, and that's what many of them need to believe to keep it going. Now, I mentioned the record for Ponca City. Let's take a look now at the standings after Union's had a terrific couple of weeks right here. You'll see, obviously, on District 3, 6A3, Bixby at the top. They are 18-2 and 10-0 overall. Then Owasso, 12-9, 8-2, and then you see Union at 14-7, 7-3. So that is a very close match between Owasso and Union. Now in district points, it's 85-57, the Rams over Union. However, this is something that, you've still got games against Owasso. You can still make up some of those points. And this is the kind of game against a Ponca City team that's 6-13 and 3-6. If you were to let them sneak in and win, you would seriously damage your district points, and you can't have that.
You see it all the time with professional sports. You see them, the teams that are towards the top, when they win those championships based off points, and especially with a table like this, it's not always how do you do well against those top-ranked teams. It's how well you handle business when you're not playing those good teams on a Friday night like this, where the circumstances are in favor of Union so much. You have to come in, know what you need to do, come in, do their business, and come out with a win tonight.
And the good news is, if you're very focused and you start well, you have a few days off till Tuesday, and then a good gap between Tuesday and Friday of next week, which will help a lot. All right, we're just a few seconds away from our national anthem, and here we go.
High School for tonight's matchup between the Ponca City Lady Wildcats and your Union Redhawks. At this time, we ask that you please rise if you are able and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave, home of the brave.
First, let's meet the visitors, the Ponca City Lady Wildcats. At 5'9", a junior, number 0, Jasmine Sadowski. At 5'7", a senior, number 3, Kadam Lively. At 5'9", a sophomore, number 13, Natalia Good. At 5'9", a senior, number 22, Peyton Miner. And at 5'7", a junior, number 25, Jenna Northcutt. Head coach for Ponca City is Micah Estrada, assisted by Alan Monks, Brad Parent, and Cadence Mercer. And now the starting lineup for your Union Redhawks. First, our ball girls tonight. Sutton Barkley, Chevy Bilyeu, Nevaeh Colstock, Sydney Collins, Lucy Keth, Cadence Llewellyn, Ellie Moore, Nova Moore, Michaela Price, Layla Rice, Venetia Westfall, Desiree Clemson, and Dak Osborne. Starting at 5'11", a senior, number 1, Vanessa Coleman. At 5'8", a junior, number 10, Whitney Smith. At 5'4", a junior, number 11, Isabella McSwain. At 6'1", a freshman, number 15, Jada Davis. And at 6 foot, a senior, number 34, Esme Smith. Head coach of the Red Hawks is Josh Berry, assisted by Joe Davis, Amani Davis, and Trey Osborne.
So those are our starting lineups
Officials
and our
for
coaches
tonight's
here
contest,
tonight. You've heard us
Mr.
talk
Eloy
about Coach Josh
Chavez,
Berry, and
Mr.
I've
Scott
been to a couple
Davis.
of practices, Nick, and you talk about his expectation level. It is very high. Of course, he comes from a history of really good programs, but the way he approaches the young ladies in practice is so much fun to watch it. Occasionally somebody will do something wrong. He'll stop and he'll just shake his head and he'll, no. He's very calm about it as he approaches, and then he'll ask, what do you think you did wrong? He asks for input from players, so he's demanding, yes, but I think they also know he's interactive with his players. I think that makes a big difference.
Yeah, and kind of that quietness of him as a coach sometimes is the scare factor, right? You usually hear coaches who are screaming. Most of the time, those players are a little bit scared from those coaches who are a little bit more quiet.
Natalia Good will jump with Esme Smith. Tip to Davis, and right away, Whitney Smith goes to work, but she'll back it out, and the Red Hawks are underway, coming off that big win against Douglas. Cutter to the middle, nothing there. Wide open for Whitney Smith from three, cannot get it to go down. Rebound to the Wildcats. Good with that rebound, and here comes Ponca City. Union in that traditional man-to-man, or in this case, woman-to-woman. Little pull-up shot is good. That's a nice little transition shot right there. And really quickly, Sadowski knocks one down, and Ponca City's up 2-0. Ponca in a 1-2-2 zone. And as you know, Nick, that has been a bit of a quandary for Union.
Yeah, and in that last shot, Whitney Smith took the three, which is a really good shot from her.
Esme Smith, a terrific shot and a good cut to get into that middle. Ball on the ground, taken back by Union, but now it looks like it might be tied up, and it will. Davis on the ground knew she had to keep that pivot foot down as she rolled around. She didn't have a whole lot more she could do, and Jenna Northcutt jumped in there, and pardon me, that was actually Peyton Miner, and tied her up. Possession arrow goes to the Lady Wildcats.
Yeah, when teams play against the zone, that's something has Union's been kryptonite. So for us on the offensive side, got to shoot the three or find some gaps.
Well, did a nice job of getting Esme the shot. It just didn't fall, but it will as the game goes along.
Looks like Union's countering it with another zone.
A little bit more of a 1-3-1 here from the Red Hawks. Ponca into the corner. Good trap in there. Now they'll get it down low. It's contested and then knocked away by McSwain. Good fast hands down there. And a great close there by Whitney Smith coming from the backside to help out.
And now that they're going to have an inbound play, they might switch back to man real quick.
And they look there. They have actually. Ball back inbounds to Ponca. Way across court. It's stolen by Coleman. Bounces away from her, but there's a foul. As Coleman reached for the ball, Natalia Good reached for her, and that's going to be foul number 1 against the Lady Wildcats.
Yeah, good defense there from Union. They had to make sure that they cut off that pass that was really a tough one across court. That's something that Coach Berry would like Ponca City. We'd invite that pass, and hopefully our hands are up and are in the right spot to get that turnover.
Coleman and Smith will be down low as they are talking right now about how to handle this zone. 6:23 to go in this game. Ponca is up 2-0.
The zone always keeps and slows the game down just a little bit more than man-to-man.
Whitney Smith with another shot. Can't get it to go down. Rebound comes out of there to Ponca City. Miller with the rebound. Here come the Wildcats. Sadowski. Davis all over her. Ball stolen away. Here comes Vanessa Coleman. Easy little layup. She puts it up and in, and we're tied at 2.
Good effort there from Coleman. Got a little overextended, got the hand down, got the steal.
Davis, good tight defense on Sadowski. Sadowski's got to be a little surprised that she's got the tallest girl on the court guarding her point guard. Cut inside and move. Nice little inside move, but blocked by Davis. Well, that was a great move inside by Northcutt, but Davis capped it. McSwain quickly down court. Drives, tries to get it inside, and it is knocked away. Picked up by Davis, put up, no good. Smith with the rebound and has the putback and the foul. Little bit of luck right there for Esme Smith as Ponca City had hands on it, couldn't hold on. She was able to nab it away, toss it up, and now it's 4-2.
Yeah, McSwain having a quick conversation with Coach Berry on this near side. Just want to let them know because she went underneath the basket, kind of got bailed out. Ball fortuitously fell to Esme Smith, and now we got the and one.
And this free throw goes down, so with 5:17 to go in this contest, Union extends the lead. The scoreboard over the main part of the arena is all zeros. It's not working at all. We'll have to keep an eye on that as the night goes along. Right now, according to the scoreboard, it's 0-0. Trap in the corner by Union. Almost taken away, but back out front to Sadowski. Cut off on the spin, really by her own player. Now down inside to the corner, and there's going to be a foul in the corner. And Coleman was just a little bit too aggressive right there as Natalia Good got the basketball. Coleman was stepping about the same time Good was, and it looks like she might have stepped on her foot, which caused her to fall.
Yep.
And then a little body contact for the foul.
Inbound plays always seem to go over the top. Defend it just a little tighter, might get a free steal.
Good attempt at a move in the corner there by Northcutt, but can't get free. Union's defense swarming right now. Ponca doesn't have a lot of options. Northcutt again. Nice move by Northcutt. Little right-hander won't go. Rebound by Smith. Off to McSwain, and here come the Red Hawks. Down to Davis, but she can't handle it. I think McSwain thought Davis was going to cut in there, Nick. Instead, she kept running straight down court, and so instead of running the post pattern, she ran the fly. It's going to be incomplete and out of bounds.
Good reference.
Ponca's going to have to hurry to get it across midcourt. They do. Now they get a break, but it's stolen by Smith. Good defense all around. Coleman on the left side. Pulls up. Pops. Won't go. Smith cannot hold the rebound. Northcutt heading the other way for Ponca. 3-on-1. Off to the right. Back to Northcutt, but Smith knocked it out of bounds. Good job by Esme Smith to get down court quickly. Otherwise, Northcutt would have had an easy two.
Yeah, it seemed like in transition there, 3-on-1 right there in favor of Ponca City. Esme Smith showing the hustle to get back on defense. And looks like we had Micah Davis just checking in for Vanessa Coleman.
We've seen an awful lot of the Twins playing together lately, and it's gone well for Union. 5-2, Red Hawks, 3:55 to go first period here at the UMAC. Northcutt barely got a hand on that one, but was able to. Now out front, nice cut. Corner, one step, shot, it's going to go down, and a foul. Whitney Smith will be called for the foul. And a terrific little move right there by Tatum Lively. She just took one little dribble, a little bit of a head fake, and Smith fouled her as she went by, and so we are close to being all tied up here. I don't think either scoreboard's actually right. Well, now we go. Now the big scoreboard is back on. You know the thing about electronics is they're wonderful when they work.
Yes, and when they don't, it's mind-numbing.
It can be. Free throw's no good. Ball knocked out of bounds. They're going to say off Esme Smith, so it will remain with the Lady Wildcats.
We did have some subs there. Jasmine Herring and I believe it was
Daniels is in
Daniels
as
as well just checked in.
And we've seen that quite a bit. Those two playing together and really keeping it going. Northcutt from way outside. Can't get the three. Nice rebound by Smith, and we're off to the races. Smith right side. Daniels moves inside, puts it up, and is fouled. Nice job by Daniels to just get after it. Northcutt's going to get called for the foul. When she saw she had a lane, Nick, she did not hesitate to get after it.
Yeah, on top of that, Esme Smith, once she got that rebound, she was going and pushing the tempo. When that's one of the game plans, it looks like that's what it's going to be for tonight. Just because if Esme Smith is taking it down the court that fast, that seems like it's going to be a highlighted.
Daniels misses the first, so we remain tied at 5. Second shot upcoming. Makes the second shot. Union retakes the lead 6-5, and they're going to press a little. Northcutt, but it is challenged on the way in. Now Lively, but she is trapped. Back to Northcutt and cross midcourt. Here come the Wildcats. Initial move. Now it's tipped away by Davis, but she's not going to be able to get through it first. Lively will gather. Ponca will reset. Boy, hands everywhere tonight for Union. Into the corner. Drive, but it's deep, and it's going to be a turnover. Smith is the beneficiary, but you got to give Davis the credit for that one. Whitney Smith tries to go to the basket. Ball knocked out of her hands. No foul call, but it will remain with Union.
Yeah, it seemed like Sadowski got a little bit too far under the basket and was looking for a pass. 3 Redhawks, all hands around her, caused that turnover.
Esme Smith from outside will not go. Nobody under except Ponca City players, and Good comes down with the rebound.
It's tough when Esme Smith is the one making the shot.
Carlisle drops the basketball, and Whitney Smith has it. Here comes Union again. Whitney drives, but she won't take it. Heron out front. Back to Whitney. Oh, she wanted that one, thought about it. Bounce pass intercepted underneath. Good on the move. Defended by Daniels. Tosses up kind of a hope right there. Smith with the rebound, and she is fouled as she tried to get out of there. That foul's going to go against Tatum Lively. And Union will have the ball with a 1-point lead, 6-5. Coming in, Jamira Woodard, and right back into the game, Isabella McSwain. Now this is going to be an interesting match, or interesting lineup. You've got McSwain there, Daniels there, and Heron there. So certainly three backcourt players.
Yeah.
And a little bit of quickness in there, along with Woodard and Davis.
Yeah, playing the 5, is it going to be Davis or is it going to be Woodard down low? But a lot of guards out there right now, as you mentioned.
Woodard's the one right now cutting to the middle. Now McSwain will. The ball's going to remain around the outside. That ball tipped away. Long, dangerous pass. Davis able to recover, though. Just under 2 minutes to play in this quarter. 6-5 Union. Long pass cross court. Daniels tried to drive, but won't. Woodard.
That's the shot
right about
right
8 foot. She's going to take the thing up, I think. Nope, she's going to pass off instead, and it's going to go up and in from McSwain. Woodard again with that one extra pass, and again, Nick, that's one she probably should have shot, but it turns into a nice assist.
They're given a lot of space there, right in the middle of the lane, it seemed like, but was enough for her.
There's a bit of a push right there by McSwain, and she got away with it. Davis, down court, Heron. Up and under, can't get it to go, but she's fouled. And I think Isabel McSwain's really lucky she didn't get called for that one, but sometimes you want to be lucky. Tatum Lively is going to be called for the foul, and to the line goes Daniels.
And as she did that, I believe she was trying to save the ball, kept it in, threw it back in bounds, kind of fell on the scorer's table. Coach Thomas down there had to kind of put his hand up to make sure that she was all right and pushed her back into play.
I think everybody on the court was a little bit surprised by that one. Second free throw good, 10-5 Union now, and a steal attempt by McSwain, but it goes off her foot.
Had the moment right there just to at least get her hands on it, but when she did so, it kind of went off her leg, and that's why it's out of bounds.
Ball in bounds, and Union looks like they'll pressure again, at least moderately. Of course, when you got McSwain on you, that's being pressured all the time. Into the forecourt now. It's not going to be easy right now, though, for Bailey Stewart. Driving down inside, left-handed move, up and no good. Allison Duncan was just going to take it to the hole, and she did. 5'10 junior had no trouble trying to get it up there. Finally tossed up a left-hander that wouldn't go, but she will have two.
Pretty good vertical defense from Woodard there, but I think got a little bit of contact down low. Caused the foul, her first.
Duncan's first free throw is short. Score remains 10-5, just under a minute to go first period. Coach Berry discussing the situation with Isabella McSwain. Bit of a different atmosphere than last night, huh?
Very much so. A little bit quieter, but gotta work in silence.
Hopefully it'll get a little bit more rowdy as we go. 10-6 now Union. McSwain will hurry to cross midcourt. Woodard is set up in that middle spot. I do think Coach wants to take advantage of that. Now Davis rotates there. And if for them to be able to, for Ponca City to pay attention to that spot, you're going to have to at least take a shot from there. And I think that's what they're working on trying to do right now, but two players are in the middle. McSwain moves inside, takes the little right-hander, and boy, she swishes that. No trouble for McSwain. She adds to her point total, and it's 12-6 Union. McSwain now with 4.
One pump fake, one dribble, find the open spot. Well done, McSwain.
Well, she moves her legs so well on defense, too. Trap now for Union. Ponca City had no choice but to call a timeout right there. Bailey Stewart had nowhere to go with it. So with 14.7 seconds to go, Ponca will call a timeout. And the head coach, Micah Estrada, is trying to explain right now to Stewart, that is not where you pick up your dribble, but something we've discussed here many times on the radio, or pardon me, on the stream.
Yeah, now on those traps, that's something that Union usually has it done to them, trapping in the corner. So I know that's something that they like to enforce against their opponents. And so that was a pristine situation of getting them in the corner, picked up the dribble, and then trying to close off all those passing pathways. So in this last 14.7 seconds, would not be surprised if Ponca City is going to probably hold this shot till the quarter.
Inbounds is simple. Ponca back out front. Now kind of a drive in the left side and put up a shot, no good. Woodard with the rebound. Kind of a wild shot by Villa. Woodard looks like she wants to go to the hole. She won't. Instead, Heron from way outside hits the three. And that was just as the buzzer sounded, 15-6. That is 2 buzzer beaters in 2 nights from 3 for Union, and that was a sweet play.
Woodard able to go fast, get the rebound, know how much time is left on the clock, had no worry about it, no anxious thoughts, find the open girl. Good shot there from Jasmine Heron.
And Heron 5 points now at the quarter. She has 5. She leads Union, as a matter of fact, right now. And, you know, at this point, I think what we have to just expect is that Jamira Woodard's going to make the extra pass almost all the time. She has done it again and looked for all the world, Nick, like she was going right to the hole right there. Instead, she picked the open person.
Yeah, when she's being so selfless, she's able to find that open player. And while she's being that player, I thought she was going to take it coast to coast there because it seemed like there was a lot of numbers in favor of Union. But, again, finds the open girl in the corner, open shot. Heron with a nice start off the bench.
Here's the question now. You saw that first quarter, so do you think this Union team accomplished what it wanted to? There's not as much energy in the building. We know that. You have to create your own here tonight a little bit, although the band is here and trying to do a good job. You think that was a good first quarter after a big win last night? That
quarter is still a win in our book. I think that what the game plan was to go fast, to get to the free throw line, play good defense, and that's a win in our book.
Yana Edwards in the middle has the basketball. Just checked into the game. Woodard will rise up and take a shot. Can't get it. Underneath, McSwain, left-hander, won't go. Knocked around. Ponca City will come down with it. Rebound eventually goes to Carlisle. Knocked away again. Daniels with the steal. Here she comes. Daniels off to Heron. Back to the middle to Edwards. Oh, Edwards got a little excited, saw a gap right there, and she traveled, Nick, but you know exactly what she was thinking. She saw that gap, and she was about to hit it.
She was going directly to the lane, trying to find some opening there, but I really want to highlight there Daniel's intensity to not get that turnover. She had to get a nice vertical to get that touch off, got the turnover, and then was able to use her speed to go down the lane, kicked it out.
Can't wait to see how Edwards can have an effect in the middle against that zone. She's one who will take it to the hole, there's no doubt. Sadowski out front again. Inside, it's knocked away. Woodard down court now. McSwain almost no look, and Daniels gets the pass and knocks down the 2. Now McSwain looked away. There was only one real option. Still, there was a little Mahomes in that one.
Nice little dish from McSwain. No look.
Sadowski wanted to go to the hole, couldn't there. Edwards cut her off. Ponca trailing 17-6 now. Sadowski way out front with the air ball. Ponca did save it. However, McSwain will have it. Woodard sent it right to her. Edwards on the right. McSwain. Little up and under move. Oh, boy, she really got where she wanted, Nick, but couldn't quite get it to work. And then Edwards knocks it down off Sadowski's knee, and it's a turnover, and Union will have it again. Well, you cannot say enough about Heron, Daniels, and Edwards lately, Nick. Off the bench, they've just been golden.
With the starting lineup, with the skilled players that we have in the starting lineup, those bench players who are typically coming in 3 minutes, 4 minutes after, they've been showing that star power just as well as those starters.
Tyrone Taylor checks in now. She's number 0, far side. You see her on the corner. Woodard looks in the middle, gets it down low. Heron gets it up, can't get it in. Rebound by Tyrone, won't go in. Rebound taken down and up again by Tyrone, and Edwards rebounds it and puts it up. Got knocked down at the same time. The ball was skipped out of bounds. It'll remain Union's ball. 3 shots there. None of them really good shots because they were falling down most of the time. but 3 attempts and 3 good jobs of getting the ball back.
Yeah, it's tough sometimes when you're off one foot there.
Way out front to Heron. Oh, she's got a lot of room right there. Didn't take the shot, though. Edwards waiting in that middle. Heron. Daniels decided not to drive. Woodard will. She's going to take it up. Little left-hander won't go. Rebound taken away by Edwards, and she puts it in. The rebound to Carlisle, and Edwards would have none of it. She just took it right away and scored, and it's 19-6.
The strength down low from Edwards is able to bring that rebound back into Red Hawks' possession.
And now you can feel the momentum. Hands everywhere. Sadowski with another long shot. Won't go. Edwards with the rebound, and here she goes.
Looking for the outlet.
Out to Taylor. Drives middle. Up and under. Nope, won't go. Edwards tried to get a hand on that ball and did, but it looks like at the same time she got a hand on one of the Wildcats, and she'll be called for the foul, and it'll be Ponca City basketball.
Now, foul on Edwards there. Got a little overzealous there. Just her first foul of the night. First team foul of the quarter.
I think right now what Ponca would like is just to settle it down a little bit. They don't want to be in a race against Union. Straight to the hole, though, and up and no good. Edwards, outlet to Woodard. Woodard has a 2-on-1. She's going to spin. Now to Taylor. Taylor drives inside, can't get it to go. It was a good move by Taylor. Couldn't get it down, though, and Minor with the rebound.
Seems like we have had really good first moves to find the basket, but just not finishing.
Sadowski, again, thought about taking that one and didn't. Minor might. Nope, she doesn't. Far left side, we've got a 3 attempt, no good. An attempt by Lively, and here comes Union again. Heron. Get it off to Woodard. Now to Edwards and back to Woodard. Heron. Nice little move inside. Turns down the 14 or so footer. And this offense will reset. Right now it's Daniels cutting to that middle spot. Now Edwards back there. Taylor, nice little step, one-hander. Right-hander goes down. And with 4:16 to play in the first half, the Red Hawks extend the lead to 21-6. Daniels knocks it out of bounds. It's got to be just so straining, Nick, not just physically, but mentally, as a player knowing that Daniels and Heron and McSwain and every Union player has a hand every time the ball's coming at you.
Yeah, no, none of these passes are not going to go uncontested, and that shows the resilience from the Red Hawks because this is their 3rd game this week.
And it seems like they just get better as the time goes. Lively on the dribble, will hand it off. Ponca in the lane, will turn back outside. Minor, she's pretty aggressive. Lively. Ball knocked away. Coleman, who checked back in, has it herself. Coleman back inside. Oh, she had the ball just get away from her, or she had the layup. Whitney Smith back into the game as well. Whitney, one-hander, no. Sadowski with the rebound. And here comes Ponca.
A little rushed possession there for the Red Hawks.
Well, it was such a nice opportunity initially, but couldn't quite get it. Give and go is taken away. Kyrene Taylor has it knocked away, but Edwards has it.
Numbers again.
And it's taken away by Sadowski, but she dribbles it out of bounds. The pass intended for Whitney Smith. Sadowski with really nice feet to get back out there and make that move and get that basketball, but couldn't hold on. Taylor will have a seat, so will Daniels. Back into the game, McSwain, and we'll also have Jada Davis. Whitney Smith inside. Oh, nice little move. Back to Davis. Quickly to McSwain. McSwain once again will drive. A little bit lucky right there. That ball kind of petered out of her hands, and she just knocked it away. Whitney will go back to McSwain. And with just under 3 to go now in this first half, Union will reset. To the middle to Edwards, can't hang on to it, though, and Duncan has the basketball. Then throws it away, trying to get it to Sadowski. And again, that's where I think Ponca really wants to slow it down. I think Coach Estrada would rather her team slow it down. As a matter of fact, she's going to check in Duncan here, Allison Duncan. And she's also going to bring back in Natalia Good. And I'm sure part of the instructions are keep your head.
Yeah, and it seemed like right there they were trying to go a little bit faster with the pass. McSwain able to get the hand on it, caused the ball to go out of bounds, but they want to make sure they're coming up the court a little bit cleaner. Nice
job to get it inside right there for Ponca, but Union closed quickly. Sadowski now with Esme Smith on her. And they're going to call a foul over in the corner. They believe they're going to call, they will call Esme. Esme does a really good job generally of getting in front of somebody. Sadowski's a little smaller, and she kind of got a little step on her, Nick, and when she didn't get that leg over, she just bodied a little bit.
A little bit of a height advantage as well for Esme Smith. It's always harder to play defense on a smaller defender or a smaller opposing opponent while they're on the offensive side.
I don't know about you. I found it hard to play defense against anybody,
That's
smaller
true.
or taller. Sadowski, little running left-hander. Boy, that was not a bad shot. You almost feel for the kid. That one didn't go. She worked for it, but it doesn't. And it remains 21-6. As a matter of fact, Ponca City hasn't scored in several minutes.
Yeah, Lively had an opportunity to get that rebound, just knocked it out of bounds for Ponca City. So Redhawks have the ball with the last 2:15 left in the half.
And so many of these rebounds have gone to Union. You wonder, if you're a Ponca City player at this point, you might be thinking, look, I can't get a clean rebound. Let me just get a hand on it. And that's really not the way you want to think, but that might be the thinking right about now.
Yeah.
Coleman out front. Esme Smith's going to take a long three, and she drains it. Oh, my. Not only did she drain it, but when Esme Smith shot that basketball, she didn't even finish watching it fall. She just started down court. 24-6 Union.
I think that was a set play because she knew exactly what she wanted to do from that shot. It went straight up. She knew where it was going, was able to knock it down.
And congratulations to the official for realizing the net had been popped and stayed there. Now we're going to have a jump ball situation as Coleman was able to jump inside and take advantage of the ball being stopped right there in the hands of Natalia Good, and it'll be possession of the Wildcats. Last night in the really intense game against Douglas, the net had gotten popped like that, and then Union hit another three a trip later, and it really kind of feared that the ball would pop back out, but the official noticed this time. Way out front for Ponca and drained. Oh, my. No hesitation right there as Leliana Allen just knocked it down, and for the first time in quite a while, Ponca scores, now 24-9.
A big bucket there to kind of answer that three ball.
Well, just to kind of stem the tide. Oh, McSwain fell down, had it stolen. On the break, Ponca is open there but can't get it there. Davis ends up with the basketball. McSwain backs it away. Middle to Davis. Now to Whitney Smith and knocks it down. Boy, that is teamwork at its best. Davis was inside enough, Nick. She could have taken the shot. Instead, she shared it.
Yeah, instead of getting a contested putback, she was able to find an open girl right in the top of the key. Good shot.
Corner wide open for another three is Ponca, but it won't go. Rebound back to the Wildcats. Another shot in the lane. One dribble, and it won't go again. That was Duncan who missed from the closer end. Union with the rebound. Jada Davis inside Esme Smith to Whitney Smith. Whitney's going to have to get it out of there. Too many bobbles right there and too many bodies. 21 seconds to go, and I'm sure the Redhawks will play for the last shot.
A lot of contact on Esme Smith down low from Sadowski. Fortunate enough that ball was able to find a Redhawk.
7 seconds. Esme Smith wide open. The three attempt, no good. Coleman tried to get that rebound and couldn't. Rebound to Ponca, but that will end the half. 6 points for Esme Smith at the half. 4 points for who else? The young lady who's been so good lately, Isabella McSwain. And we have, I believe it's 5 for Daniels, who has been really good thus far in this half. So it's 26-9 here at the half. And I'd say overall, Nick, especially that 4-minute period right there, that second period, we really saw the kind of basketball Union used to win last night.
Yeah, and on the defensive side, them limiting points in this first half only to 9. I know there's not a lot of star power from the Ponca City Lady Wildcats, but it's still, you need to make sure you're showing up on the defensive side. So limiting them to only 9 points, that's 2 quarters of back-to-back wins.
So 26-9 here at the half. We'll step away for a few minutes and rejoin you a few minutes later. Remember, we have the second half of this game, plus the boys coming up a little later on here at the UMAC. This is Union Basketball on the Union Sports Network.
Dad, don't forget about my new cleats.
Sweetie, I can't make it to Dick's this week.
Have you heard of Dix.com?
Have I heard of Dix.com? Have I heard of Dix.com? Whoa.
Don't overthink it. Let's go shopping.
Actually, what I need are some cleats.
How about one of these?
Great.
Done. Anything else?
No,
Golf clubs?
Not
Yep.
for me.
Yeah,
For a friend.
of course,
I'm
of
just
course.
anyone impressed with how fast that was?
Yeah,
I know. I went to
my
Dix.com.
cleats. Thank you. I love you.
Well, I went to Dix.com. Ever heard of it?
Yeah, I told you about that.
Does your school or organization need athletic apparel or spirit wear? Let me suggest Inkwell, a Tulsa-based company that can get you the quality you deserve at unheard of and unmatched lead times. Talking 2 weeks or less, not 2 months like most others, and can do it as much as 60% less than most of the big guys out there. So join the likes of Sand Springs, Union, Broken Arrow, Jinx, Oolaga, and Glenpool, to name a few, and get your customized sublimated uniforms, including Under Armour, Nike, or Adidas at inkwellnation.com.
Life doesn't wait for you to slow down. When you're moving fast and something doesn't feel right, Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma is here to help you stay in motion. Through our combined expertise in orthopedic surgery, non-surgical medicine, and comprehensive whole patient treatment, our team has your back and every other joint too. Ready to get back out there? Visit AOOK.com and let's move forward together. Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma. Heal, recover, advance.
When summer heats up and your AC isn't working right, be cautious of being pressured into a replacement.
It's always a good idea to get a second opinion, and Airco will let you know if your AC is worth fixing.
So call Airco today for a free second opinion.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Shields is now open at the Woodland Hills Mall in Tulsa, and we can't thank you enough for the warm welcome. Whether you love the great outdoors, sports, or fashion, Shields has something for everyone. Our passionate and knowledgeable Shields experts are excited to welcome you to explore thousands of brands and premium products. From our golf simulator, service shop, archery lanes, and more, we're ready to get you fitted with the best gear for you. We can't wait to see you at Shields.
Select Commercial Group, a part of Coldwell Banker Select, is a highly reputable and professional firm specializing in commercial real estate services. A premier sponsor of the Union Red Hawks.
Hey Union fans, score big with TTCU Federal Credit Union School Pride Card. Each time you use your card, we donate to Union Public Schools, adding to the $2.5 million we've given statewide. TTCU, where members are raving fans.
M-A-G-E. How do you pronounce that? Okay, I say homage, playing. So today I went to the newsroom and they're both right. I looked them up. Is that right? So yes, So anyway, I had to laugh. I was telling Nick about it today.
Because I would think like,
yeah, and you thought homage was probably like from like Wagner.
Well, the old joke was like, I had this happen on the air one time. We were talking about chocolate and Valentine's Day. Go to the chalk.
Go to the.
And the guy.
Select Commercial Group, a part of Coldwell Banker Select, is a highly reputable and professional firm
He thought we were yelling.
Go to this. Oh, that's fun. I have not heard that. I'm writing that one down.
That one was.
That's perfect.
Well, I think the drinking game was perfect.
Do you remember Casey Norton?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Casey never messed up ever. He was like perfect. And one day, on the teleprompter, it said Brendajo, and he said Brendajo. And it's one of those things where it could be because we've had Menande. It's a weird name. I just hit me a good team. That could have been Brendajo.
Yeah, I got Broken Arrow, yes.
I got one.
Well, next time he makes up a word, I'll actually call him.
Yeah.
Normally I'll let it go.
I tell him, I said, I'm going to play a new drinking game or bingo card. Every time you say a word that's not right.
If you text me, I'll give you the same one so you can take a drink if it's not there. Good to see you, Dave. Good to see you. Nice to meet you.
I did this and I bought you a new one, but they're different.
Welcome back inside the UMAC here. Rick Corey along with Nick Irwin, my broadcast partner. We are at the half as the Union girls are leading kind of easily 26-9 over Ponca City. The start was a little like what I thought, Nick, is both teams were good. Union is more talented. You can see that on the court. However, it did take them a little bit to kind of work into it. Second period, I really thought this team found themselves.
Yeah, and with last night, it seemed like that spark to see how fast we would start scoring was a little bit faster here on a nice Friday night game where, there might be a little bit of fatigue. We're making sure that we're finding those passes a little bit slower, maybe finding those passes and shots might not be falling as early as it is, but with a lead this fast, it seems like those shots are going to be falling.
And the good news is at this point at 26-9, I'm certain Coach Berry will leave his starters out there for a while, but there will be a point, and we've already had a good amount of work for Heron tonight and Daniels tonight and for Yane Edwards. I think we'll see more of that and probably some others, which you will need again as we go through what we call the dog days of February to get on towards state playoff time.
And with those times off, you got to make sure that those starters are getting that rest, because if they're going 3 days a week, that's a lot of conditioning that they're going to have to work to. Those muscles are getting worn out. And so for tonight, I'm really hoping to see some of those JV starters, maybe those JV bench players that don't get as much playing time. And for tonight, getting that varsity startup time is going to be very key so that we can get more rest.
But the key, too, is with the varsity players or the people who are normally out there, your first 5, 6, 7, or 8, they need to be crisp, because you don't want to sit down on what was a so-so 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, right?
Yeah, and if they're only playing for 5 minutes, we got to make sure that is a very clean lineup. And so for the second half, I would not be surprised if we see the Coleman, the Smith, the McSwain, Edwards, or possibly Esme Smith. But I just know that with Yane Edwards, she saw a lot of playing time in that first half and some really good playing time as well on the defensive side.
And what we've talked about with this basketball team is we'll have different people step up almost every night. Esme Smith was 6 in that first half. Isabella McSwain with 4. Vanessa Coleman, who has had just lightning starts in the last couple of games, didn't play as much in that first half, didn't have the same kind of scoring start as she's had lately, but that's okay. Others have picked her up, and that has been the key to the success in my mind with this basketball team, Nick, is they have found someone to carry the banner every night.
And on top of carrying the banner, it feels like we're extending it so much that the skill has been through the roof, because as our starters, you usually have your starting 5 and they're a really strong powerhouse, good chemistry, good passing, good shots. And then when you bring in a sub or maybe someone off the bench, it kind of falters just a little bit. It falls a little bit. Now with that, I feel like with Union, the people coming off the bench match that energy, if not exceed it.
I think we also need to give a kind of a shout out here to our officials, Eloy Chavez, Scott Davis, and Corey Mack. Much as last night, which was a very physical night, both boys and girls, we've seen them kind of let them play a little bit. Not that there's not stabbings on the court or anything along those lines, but I think they've called a very nice game and really done a good job.
Not too much stoppages in the game. It's really good.
Starters back in, and we'll see if we can get a 3 up right away. The up, but it will not go down. Esme Smith had that one a little long, and Ponca coming down with the basketball. Whitney Smith not making it easy for Lively. As a matter of fact, Lively just now across midcourt. Union will extend. Sadowski to the hole. Little right-hander. That's a nice shot, and she got it to go down. Sadowski looked like she originally wanted to go left-hand, Nick. Switched back to the right and knocked it down. It's 26-11.
Some really good defense there and some really tough defense. Sadowski just was able to have a better offensive play.
Once again in the zone. More of a 3-2 now. This time, Whitney Smith from the corner. She'll make them pay. That 3 is good, and Union extends the lead 29-11, and that is how you can beat a zone.
Yeah, with Whitney Smith, her ability to shoot from the wings, she loves that 3 ball.
5 now for Smith. Ponca not finding it easy trying to drive the basketball, but that has been the defensive story for Union all year is fast hands. And there you see him right there as McSwain knocks the ball away inside trying to get it to Lively. It will stay with the Lady Wildcats, but again, Nick, nothing is easy against Coach Berry's defense.
Yeah, on that pick and roll, it seemed like there was going to be a roll for McSwain's player, and she was able to knock it out of play.
Nice job getting the ball down low, but it will not go in. There will be a foul, though, on McSwain. They got it inside to Natalia Good. Nice cut to the basket and a nice pass inside. McSwain, who was outsized there, really didn't have much choice, Nick, but to slap at it, she did. It's 2 shots for Lively.
Yeah, it looked like the screen caught McSwain on the far elbow, and she wasn't able to get around it so fast, so she was late to the spot and caused the foul.
First free throw for Good is good. Natalia Good, she is a 5'9" sophomore. Second one's off the rim. Jada Davis with a rebound. Here come the Redhawks. A little slower pace here for Union. When they started to run in the second period is when things kind of got out of hand, and now Ponca's extended to that 1-2-2 zone again. In the middle, McSwain, down low to Esme Smith, left hand up and in, and again, that's how you beat that zone. 2 more for Esme Smith, and Union extends the lead to 31-12. Now 8 for Esme Smith.
Quick passes, making sure that they're crisp and clean, and was able to go fast. McSwain, Esme Smith, good layup.
Lively being harassed again. Sadowski tries to go inside, knocked away by Coleman, and then taken by McSwain. 3-on-1. Esme Smith, right hand up and in. That's 4 straight for Esme Smith, and she has 10. Sadowski has it knocked away. Davis actually saves it, but right back to Sadowski. She puts up a left-handed prayer, won't go. Rebounded by Ponca, that won't go. Nice rebound in there by Minor, but couldn't get it down, and here comes Whitney Smith. Inside, right-hander, and it's good. Oh, maybe time for a timeout right there for Ponca. That is 6 quick ones for Union.
Just the speed and the athleticism from the Union Redhawks.
Sadowski got it across to Good, but she is being harassed, and they're going to call a timeout.
He called that timeout.
And you could see it. Coach Estrada realized, I think she just wanted to cross midcourt, and she was not certain that was going to be easy. When it got across midcourt, she called that timeout. That is 6 really quick points, all happened within about a 25, 26-second range, and so I think Coach Estrada just wants to calm that team.
And all those points, all those 6 fast points had been all layups, going quick, and the passes all on that low left block. Esme Smith, doesn't matter which side she's on, she has a left hand for layup, she has a right hand for layup, so it's nothing that she has to worry about. And the main thing is, how are we going to get it down low for her so that we can kind of catch her in stride? Davis's pass led it perfectly, and then McSwain's pass led Esme Smith as well perfectly. But on that last one, Whitney Smith's speed was able to push down that left side, go down the left wing, beat her opponent with the dribble, and honestly put her on that left hip and be able to get the nice layup.
Esme Smith's second bucket is one that Coach can look at on film and say, this is what we're talking about against that zone.
Kickball.
Kickball. It will stay with the Lady Wildcats. 35-12 Union with 5 minutes to go in this third period here. The boys' game coming up to follow. The first easy inbound tonight right there for Ponca City is Lively. Will bring it across.
Guarding, yeah.
Down low, pretty nice, quickly passed, and that is going to be, oh, look at that. Sadowski knocks it down from the corner. Looked like that was going to be taken inside. I thought Minor might take that shot. Instead, she goes back outside, and a 3. Sadowski now makes it 35-15, and for Sadowski, not a bad night. She already has 7. Whitney Smith sees good. She can answer. It won't go. Rebound on the ground. It's being fought for. Jada Davis comes out because Esme Smith tossed it to her. Coleman saves the rebound, but saves it to Ponca. Here comes Lively. To Sadowski. Works the front. Cannot get there. Inside, and that's going to be a charge as Natalia Good turned the corner and decided, I'm going no matter what, but Isabella McSwain got there first and drew the charge.
Referee overturned and called that a travel before the charge, so it won't be a foul charge to Ponca City, just a regular travel. That might be an interesting call later for free throws, but McSwain puts her body on the line for the charge, and they overturn it to call it a call it a travel. It's like, I put my body on the line for that, not just for a travel.
Well, I saw the first call, and I did not see the change of the call. I saw the initial charge call, but McSwain's taken, about 6 of those this week?
Definitely black and blue.
Wide open in the corner was Esme Smith, but only for a moment. Davis wanted to get it to Coleman. She was being bodied in there by Minor. Coleman turns. Right hand a little too excited, couldn't get it to go down. Duncan with the rebound.
That's that tough 3-footer with no backboard. It's one of the hardest shots in basketball to make sure that you're able to use enough finesse on that. And this next dead ball, we're going to have a big sub change.
And especially when you make that turn quickly and you don't have a lot of time to look for it. McSwain knocks it out of bounds again, and here comes the replacements. Woodard will come in. Micah Davis will come in. There is Daniels. There's Heron. And once again, Yana Edwards. So wholesale changes here for Union. When this group was in earlier, they extended the lead.
Would not be surprised if we can keep this lead extended.
Ball goes cross court, little right-handed, up and in. Give credit right there to Nevia Carlisle. She never hesitated and put it down. It's 35-17. Pace will probably slow just a little bit here, but maybe not a lot. To the middle. Now back to Davis, and that ball's knocked away. Good job of saving it, though, right there by Duncan. And it's stolen again. Edwards to the middle, straight up. She got, they're going to, that's what I was afraid of that. They called the travel before the foul. Edwards let her feet get just a little tangled. It looked, Nick, like she wasn't sure whether she was going to pass or go ahead and shoot, and she took that little extra step, and they caught her.
Sometimes making the decision with your body before you make it with your mind is tough.
Yeah, it happens. Carlisle off to Sadowski. She's trapped. Flings it back out front. It's tipped by Daniels and then knocked away after it was picked up once again by Carlisle. So Ponca will keep it, but they're having to work so hard for every possession. Carlisle with the inbound. Ponca will reset. Quick three-pointer. It's blocked. Woodard with the block. Edwards with the rebound, and she's fouled. Quick reach in there, and that came from Allen. That's the first foul on Allen, and Union with a 35-17 lead will take it out of bounds. Demaria Daniels brings it up. Heron with those two different colored shoes. If you're ever worried you can't see her number because of her hair, just look for the shoes. Really wanted Edwards right there and couldn't get it there as Union continues to try to figure out that zone. Most of the Red Hawks points, as Nick said, have come on breaks, although there have been a couple of nice set plays. Woodard has it down low, goes back to Davis, little right-hander, up and in, soft touch, and a nice look there by Jamira Woodard.
Woodard finding Davis. Davis using that hand, a little bit of space, good layup.
Oh, nice little pass goes to Sadowski, and she cuts back inside, puts up the right-hander, won't go, and Heron with the rebound. Woodard way down court, here she goes. Ball's up, but there's a foul. She was fouled as she went to the hole by Carlisle, and Woodard that time, Nick, didn't have a lot of other options, and you could see her best option was to go to the hole, and she does, and she'll shoot two.
Yeah, when she's able to go to the hole and draw the foul, she's able to take a lot of contact and possibly get those three-point opportunities from it, but now we just got two free throws, missing the first.
Woodard will settle for her second, and notice she stands about 6 inches, maybe a little further, maybe
space,
7,
yeah,
back from that free throw line, which is unusual. Most players don't. It's whatever you're comfortable with, and that's apparently what she likes to do. Second shot. Looks good, and it is. And the lead moves to 38-17. 1:36 to go, third period, Union up. Davis, those long arms and legs almost knocked that one away. Sadowski will get it across midcourt, but it's knocked away. Woodard had an opportunity maybe to grab that as it was trying to get to Lively, and she got a hand on it, but awkwardly and knocks it out of bounds. Northcutt will inbounds. Far right side, three-point attempt is no good. Allen couldn't get it to fall. Here comes Daniels to the bucket, and it's knocked and blocked out of bounds, pardon me, by Northcutt. So it will remain with Union with 1:15 to go in this third period. You got to give Daniels credit. She knew she had a height disadvantage there, but she just went to the hole. Inside, Daniels again. She gets it up, and she's fouled this time.
Same mentality that you were saying is that kind of no fear down low with her intensity. I do like how the game plan has not changed for whatever squad is out there, even if it's the starters or this kind of coming off the bench vibe. 5. It's important that we're still using that same game plan, and that game plan is got to go fast.
Duncan with the foul. First free throw is good. So for Daniels, that's 4 tonight. And this group has played a significant portion of this quarter, which is very good for them together. Second free throw up and in, and the lead now goes to 40-17. Trap again by the Red Hawks. They'll get it across midcourt. Oh, and then the Daniels is going to foul. Bailey Stewart was just straddling that midcourt line, and Daniels saw that, and like a cornerback who wants to cut in and get the interception, just got a little too much body, and she fouls her.
It's probably a good play in football, but in basketball, it's a little bit too much contact for our liking.
Red Hawks trapping again, and Daniels knocks it out. Pardon me. Knocked out of bounds right there by Yanni Edwards. Inbound into the backcourt, and once again, Ponca will set it up. Carlisle was way out front. Now she tries to get it inside, knocked away by Daniels. Edwards to Davis. She's got a one-on-one. Davis right hand up and in. Really no chance right there for Stewart. She was so outsized. Davis just calmly knocks it down. Northcutt gets across court in Union's hands, but then they drop the basketball, and Allison Duncan's able to put in a layup.
Had the trap, had everything we need, had the hands, just fell directly in favor of the Lady Wildcats. That's going to be something on film that Coach Berry is going to want to clean up.
Edwards had that ball, but it just could not hang on to it. And with 16 seconds to go on the quarter, Union will play for the last shot. Heron's going to start the move now with 6 seconds to go. Trying to get it underneath, and they do to Woodard, and she puts up the right hand. Brilliant assist by Daniels. Woodard with the right hand. And remember, she's a left-hander. A beautiful assist and goal, and it's 44-19.
Kind of looked like a shot from there, but from that pass to find Woodard down low, that is not her favorite side. She is a lefty, so for that to be up and down for the right hand, confidence booster with a little bit of contact for Woodard. Definitely another quarter where we can have a little walk away and say that's a win in our book.
And that situation, that is a situation, I don't know whether those young ladies talked about that or not, but if you look out there, that was a DNA play. Woodard is taller, and she's just more athletic. And so for Daniels to see it and then to be able to make that pass and Woodard to so quickly take the ball right back up, that is a big, big, big moment. Now the question is, who's going to start this fourth period? And it does look as though it will be the same group for the most part. And the cheerleaders were coming out on the court, and the players were saying, well, no, not really. You can't come very far. We're going to start again. Although at one point, Shamira Woodard was about to jump in line and dance with him.
I think McSwain was doing a couple dances during the timeout, so it was funny that she wanted to be a little cheerleader for a moment.
And full disclosure, Nick Foley dances during all the intro videos, so just for those who don't know.
It's very hype. It's a lot of hype that happens, and so when you watch it every night, it gets under your skin.
Fourth quarter underway. Union up 44-19. Three-pointer coming from the right side, and it's knocked down by Tatum Lively. Lively drains that with no problem. She has 6, and it's 44-22. Zone remains the same. Edwards in the middle there, but not a lot of room. Union will rotate. Remember, of course, time is not an issue here. So Heron will bring it out front and reset. Woodard now drops low. Ponca doesn't want to extend that defense a lot because they know that when it comes to overall athletic ability, Union is a little better. Woodard quickly back to Heron. Heron back to Woodard. She's going to take the three. Nope, too far. Rebound comes out to Lively, and the Ponca City Wildcats will bring it down court. Back to the middle, and Lively will reset. Sadowski doesn't want it. She'll go to Northcutt. Sadowski moves to the middle. Nice little move. Cannot hit the shot, though. Miner is going to chase it out of bounds and knocks it right to Heron. Daniels on the break. Edwards to her right. Yane. Right-hander rolls off. Rebound off Davis, and it will be Ponca City's basketball. Really liked there what Yane Edwards did. Didn't quite get to finish, Nick, but that was exactly the right thing to do.
And sometimes we want to make sure that we're not going too hard to the basket. It's out of control. That was a really finesse from Yana, and she gets the steal here.
Union will have numbers, 3-on-2. Davis to the hole with the left hand, and she puts it in. 6 points now for Davis, and the lead extends. Quickly down court, Minor wide open, right hand layup is good.
Got a little overextended on the traps, and that's why that was going to be a fast break point for the Lady Wildcats.
And we're about to have another wholesale line change, and it will be the starters coming back in. Woodard, pass inside. Edwards, little turnaround right-hander, rolls in. Yane Edwards knocks it down. That's 4 for her. And with 5:44 to go in this game, the starting 5 will check back in. And, Nick, here's the point we were talking about a little earlier. You want your starters to go out on a good note and nice and crisp. And I think this might be the minute or two that he wants out of them. Overall clock time is seeing these 5 really perform quickly.
I want all out for 2 minutes, making sure we're playing good defense, good offense, and then we'll probably get some more subs coming up.
Trap. Coleman almost knocked that thing away. Little running right-hander is no good, but there's a foul. It's Natalia Good who will go to the line. The foul against Whitney Smith.
But I do want to highlight that previous possession from the Redhawks. Yana Edwards gets the ball at the low block, uses a kind of spin move, fadeaway shot, and that was a really good kind of center move. That's kind of what I want to see with more of our taller girls down low, because if they're at 6 feet tall, they can get that shot open every single time they get it down low at the block.
Lively hits both shots. That'll give her 3 tonight. Yeah, the interesting thing is Yana Edwards thinks like a post player.
Yes.
And you can see the moves are like a post player. And that's not always the case. Sometimes you'll see like a Montnati last night, Jalen, who's 6'7".
As a guard.
Yeah, he doesn't act as a post player would generally act. And you can see the difference right there with Yana Edwards. She does. McSwain moves to the middle. Oh, to the right side. Esme Smith, beautiful feed, and Esme Smith puts it down. That is her 12th point of the night, and it's 50-26.
That was a perfect lead for Esme Smith, so she can catch it in stride and go up with it all in one motion. That's all due to McSwain. We got a turnover here.
Sadowski trying to go to Natalia Good, but again, the hands have been so quick for Union. She tried to bounce that straight down the line and bounced it straight out of bounds. 4:51 to go in the basketball game. The question is, how long will this starting 5 stay out there? My guess is not any more than maybe 3.5 or 3 minutes on the clock before they come out.
I definitely would agree on that. But again, a couple good, strong possessions.
Whitney Smith. McSwain now down underneath to Coleman. That's a good possession, except she missed it. Esme Smith puts it up. She misses it. Coleman, another rebound to McSwain. And she'll pull it back out. McSwain shoots it from the outside, inside to Esme Smith. The ball was an air ball short, and Esme took it like a pass, knocked it back down, 14 for her.
That whole possession was all over.
Nice job inside by Ponca, but an awkward layup try right there by Northcutt is knocked away. Whitney Smith almost lost it. And she'll go back to McSwain, who is staring at Coach Barry and just slowing it down. Yeah, they got exactly what they wanted twice, and the 2 players you would expect to never miss those happen to miss. From way outside, Whitney Smith doesn't miss. Oh, boy. Another 3 for Whitney. She has 10, and the lead is 55-26.
For these girls who came out for a good 2 to 3 minutes on the offensive side and on the defensive side, definitely earning that worth in this 4th quarter for Union.
I can see it. You can see it now, right? Might miss the short ones, not going to miss the long ones. Right side long attempt is no good. That was by Lively, and here comes Coleman. She'll hold it up to Whitney. And here comes that complete change. Esme Smith for 3, no good. Coleman underneath with a rebound, uses that left hand to get herself some freedom and is fouled. I think she took one in the jaw right there. And that foul against Carlisle knew that she was about to get shoved out of there, and she just decided to shove back. So they caught her, and Coleman goes to the line.
All the while of that happening, Coach Barry going down the line on the bench, letting the players know who's going to be coming in, and Jemiah Woodard jumping out of her chair, hearing, I think she was getting excited for some of the subs that were coming in.
Egby is going to be coming in. Also, Amaya Richardson into the game. I believe we do have Tyrone Taylor out there. Ball knocked out of bounds. It will be basketball over to Ponca City. Also on the floor for the first time in quite a while. As a matter of fact, there's a player whose number we don't even have on the roster, and I think that might be who she was excited about. So we apologize, but number 4 is not on our roster. 3:05 to go, and we were almost dead on when the substitutions would happen. 3-point attempt from way outside is good. Now that's the second one of those tonight from number 23, Liliana Allen. And she looks confident from 3, Nick. It's 56-29.
I know the score might not read it, but they're definitely feeling the confidence factor on that 3 ball.
Egby gets it off to Taylor. Now back to Taylor. To the middle to Egby. Turns. Looks like she had an opportunity. Pardon me, that's Richardson. And she turned it over.
Sometimes with our starting lineup, it seemed like when they're on the bench cheering on the girls, they get to become the cheerleaders. So it's always cool how much hype they get on the offensive side if there's going to be a bucket for maybe an underclassman or someone who usually doesn't get as much start time.
Rotation out front by Ponca. Almost dropped it right there. Long pass across court. Now down inside. A nice little feed and up. And no good. Allison Duncan was able to get free underneath, and she was fouled by Allen. Oh, no, pardon me. I think fouled by Edwards. No, I'm sorry. It wasn't Edwards either. Let's see. All right, we're going to give that foul maybe to Glynis Egby? No?
I guess so. I don't know. I feel
It's
like
not her either.
for the score sheet.
Well, what we do know
is
what we do know is the first free throw is good. Yeah, once again, as we said, we don't have running stats for these games. We do have stats on the scoreboard, which has worked off and on during the evening, and right now it's showing zeros on a lot of those situations. That foul, I believe, though, was either against Egby, though, or Richardson. Second free throw bounces around and out. Rebound there by Highshaw. Ooh, breakaway down court. Taylor to the inside, dribbles all the way through. Now back, 3-point attempt. Oh, it just goes off the bucket. Saved in, though. Tremendous job right there to save it by Richardson. Union has it back, but there's a foul underneath.
I think Coach Barry put his hand up for the 3 on that shot from number 4. I feel like everybody wanted that shot to go in.
Garrity was the person who gets called for that foul. And I apologize, we just don't have number 4 on our roster here. But we will rectify that during our timeout, during our break between the men's and women's game, and we will find out who that young lady is. Way out front to Taylor. Ty Renee. Minute 54 to play. Taylor back out front. Now to Egby. Trying to get it inside right there to Richardson, who had some room. Richardson has the ball go between her legs, but she's able to pick it back up and take it back out front. And Union will reset with 1:35 to go.
Just taking as much time as we can, get a good offensive possession, get a good look.
Oh, a nice job down inside. Highshaw saw Richardson cut, tossed it to her. Richardson couldn't quite hang on. It goes out of bounds, and it'll go to Ponca.
A lot of power on the pass, and when there's power, it's kind of hard to grasp it sometimes. So Highshaw with the pass, be a little bit softer on it.
Just a little drive, and you got to give credit right there once again. You know, Ponca has not had a lot of success going to the hole. Right there, Lauren King just decided to go.
And that's going to be a foul on Highshaw there.
Right, Highshaw gets the foul, and Ponca will take it out of bounds. Not a lot of aggression tonight underneath for Ponca.
A lot of strength on this 5 out here. Takes a lot of strength to get low.
All right, we have found out number 4 is Elena Clark. Thank you very much, Andy. Elena Clark, and down goes Egby. Egby going to the middle, just kind of got mugged and then slipped at the same time. No call. Ball bounced off the foot right there of Stewart. So Elena Clark is number 4. Thanks to Andy Irwin for hoofing all the way down and finding out and coming back up. So that's the young lady everyone's cheering for here tonight, and everybody wants a bucket. I think Coach Barry wants Mrs. Clark to have that final shot. Ball in Clark's hands. She'll go back out front. All the way over to Taylor. 29 seconds to go.
crowd shouts, "We won a 3 here."
Clark takes the shot. Rim, roll, no good. Inside, Taylor back up and good. Tyrone Taylor knocks down 2. With 11 seconds to go and counting, Union extends the lead again. Around 1 play left to go, but that's not going to be a good one. Stewart bounces it out of bounds, trying to get it to the corner. And Union will have the basketball with 2.7 seconds left.
You see the boys in the top right part of your screen coming out for this game after this, but girls took care of business 58-30.
58-30, the Union girls win. Tremendous night for, of course, who else? Esme Smith. She had so many buckets that were underneath, putbacks, that kind of thing. She had a couple of threes as well. Early important 3 in there from Whitney Smith. She's been such a key. And I think, Nick, after what happened last night and the emotional, really big win, this is a really good win to go into the weekend.
I feel like this whole week has been capped off by this performance of making sure the intensity and the game plan all is understood, and with a kind of a blowout type of game, that gives us a lot of rest until Tuesday for these girls.
All right, so we've got about 20 minutes away from the boys' game. They'll warm up now. We'll step away here for a few moments, and we'll rejoin you again. Again, Union girls win. Union boys up next here on the